Hi guys, welcome to Creative Chess channel, and today is my new lesson which is devoted to the topic exchange sacrifice. Today I'm going to show you the game which was played between Anatoly Karpov and Viktor Korchnoi in 1978. So it was black to move, and Korchnoi had just played rook to c6, attacking the white's bishop, and instead of retreating somewhere, white just sacrificed an exchange. Uh, it was really a good sacrifice because, first of all, it's for a pawn. Also, white have a pawn. So you see, black has 6 pawns and white 7. Besides, we are taking this pawn, and probably if we take this pawn, we will push our pawns to promotion. Black played here, attacking the pawn, and white just protected this pawn with a nice bishop cementing move. We're cementing the position, playing bishop to d4. And it's impossible for black to play c5 because we would take with our rook. That's why they played first c6, and they want white rook to go to d7, for example, which for some people would turn out to be a good move. But Korchnoi played Karpov played here. Why is that? Because if we play rook to d7, there will be a possibility of playing c5 for black, maybe even right now. And if we take the central pawn. Yes, here white can play something like that, attacking also the pawn on g7 and of course the rook. In this case, we can play something like that. And the position is not very clear. Of course, probably it's in white's favor because white would exchange and capture this pawn. But anyway, so that's why I think Karpov didn't want to play against this move. That's why he just blocked everything. And probably also he wants to stay here because probably he would play a4, and then this pawn will be under attack. That's another reason. Korchnoi played rook to f8. Here there were two plans for black. The first plan is like Korchnoi played, and we would see what happened in the game. But there was also the second move to exchange these rooks. For example, let's play rook to d8. So the idea of black just to go to d5 and to exchange. But in this case, white can just take the pawn, and after exchanging the rooks, you can see we play a3, then g6, and something like that, and f4. And of course here, black's position is worse. That's why Korchnoi chose another variant, and here instead of just playing to d5, exchanging the rooks, he preferred to protect the pawn on f3. So white played a4. Great move, and it became clear that it would be very difficult for black to hold this rank, especially these pawns. So white captured, we are attacking the pawn, but unfortunately for black they can't protect it. So they can protect this way, of course, but then they would lose this pawn. That's why he played just g6, and Karpov captured the pawn, and already black's position is lost. There were some other moves followed, like rook to e8. So now black offers an exchange, but Karpov decided not to exchange. He's attacking one more pawn. Rook protects. Bishop goes to c5. Now it's impossible to take the pawn because of this, so to call double attack. So black played here, and bishop to d6. Again, this bishop is worth a rook, guys, here. As you see, it's worth a rook. Good capture. And finally, white won this pawn, which was very important because now the way for our pawn is open. c4. You see that white pawn is slowly moving to promotion, and actually black tried to just to stop the pawn, and it seemed that it stopped here on the white square, but unfortunately for black, so there was a move rook to b8, and after rook to c8 there is quite a nice idea. Now after rook h4 in the game there followed a killer move, which is of course e6, and after e6 black resigned. So because in any case we would just take the rook and promote the pawn. Okay, for example, let's play, let us say like that. In this case we may attack, and we may take, yes, and you see that here already it's impossible to stop either that pawn or this pawn. There is no way to protect everything. For example, let's imagine that black goes here and just want to bring the rook under the attack, but in this case just this move is possible, and that's all. And of course if let us say white black just capture here, of course this move is coming and white is promoting. Yeah, guys, again, so don't forget, don't be too greedy. If you see that your position is not very nice and you want to change something, you want your pieces to be more active, in this case, you can use such a method like exchange sacrifice, like Anatoly Karpov played in this game, this move, rook to d5. So guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching me. See you in my next videos. Please subscribe to my chess channel. See you and bye bye.